So it seems like the last couple of years, the 50 something has been a little more prominent, I guess, more of an awareness on my part. And in talking with others who are typically a few years younger than me, but still in the 50 something range, everybody's kind of having to deal with similar things at this age. And we've kind of shared, fun laughs about it and suggestions to each other, or what someone's learned or what someone's tried. And we've kind of enjoyed doing that. And I thought it might be a nice focus for a YouTube channel. So those are my plans with my channel. So, Sweet Melba. So, Sweet Melba is a nickname that I've had for about a year and a half. And again, as I said, everything's kind of coinciding together about this 50 something, but it's a nickname my husband endearingly gave me about a year and a half ago. And I've just kind of come to embrace the name as my 50 something self. And from that perspective, just the different things that Sweet Melba is now having to address or focus on, things like that. But then the fun things too. A lot of things can be frustrating sometimes, and you just have to make best foot forward. But some things are also fun. So I plan to share a little bit about the pre-retirement and kind of how we're focusing on finances and budgeting and prioritizing. So that's one area I plan to cover. Also, health and fitness, and the ailments that we kind of have at this age, and how that kind of limits some of the things that we do. I have to admit that I've been really stiff probably the last 6 months or so, and wanting to do more activity, but I have some knee issues that I'm kind of dealing with. So some limitations, but I started chair yoga. So if that's not a 50 something thing, I think it falls in that category. So this is day two. So I'll keep you updated on that. After day one, I was a little sore, but I could feel that I could move a little bit better. That's really what I'm wanting to do, in addition to losing some weight as well. On a diet front, I really started focusing on the Mediterranean diet about, I guess it's been about 6 months now. Maybe not, yeah, I guess 6 months. And I really enjoy it. It's food that I really like. I love fish. It's hard to get fish, but I love fish. Um, my husband and I both really enjoy vegetables. So all the things that we enjoy in terms of foods and whatnot, it's just being focused and mindful about it. So, in a combination with the diet and doing some more exercises, I walk every day, things like that. So, hoping to make improvements. So, one of the other 50 something things that occurred, this was in mid April, mid to late April. And we were getting ready to leave to go on a cruise. And there was a particular outfit that I was planning to do, and, summery type outfit, so lightweight. But I needed like a white overcoat, kind of lightweight jacket, linen jacket is kind of what I was looking for. So, anyway, so I'd gone everywhere, I'd gone to the thrift stores, and I was having no luck whatsoever. And it finally occurred to me that we had a Ross, which is somewhere I don't normally shop. So I went to Ross, and sure enough, I walk in, I was there maybe 5 minutes, and I found exactly what I was looking for. And anyway, and I think I found one other blouse that I got as well. So I was happy about that. So I go to the checkout, and it was, probably a lady, probably in her, I don't know, maybe late 30s or so. And the first thing she asked me was, "How old are you?" And I was kind of taken back, and I'm like, "How old am I?" She's like, "Yeah. Are you 55 or older?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." She says, "Well, we have a senior discount." I was like, "Oh boy." So I think I was more, I don't know what the word is, kind of surprised, I guess. But then later, the discount, I went, well, discount, maybe I should think about where more of these senior discounts are. But I guess technically, in your 50s isn't a senior, but I guess a lot of places do start offering the discount. So I may start checking those out more. So if you happen to know of any, Put them in the comments. I think we could all benefit from that. But I have to say, I went out, got in my car to leave, and I had to call my parents. And that's the first time that's happened to me. And so I said, "You won't believe what just happened." So I told them, and they got quite a laugh out of it. So anyway, so I'm kind of a little more aware of these senior discounts now, if I qualify. So I need to start asking around. So, anyways, so again, it was another one of those things that just kind of occurred in this time span where I was like, gosh, I'm 50 something. I don't, sometimes I feel that, sometimes I don't. But it seems like others are recognizing it. So maybe I need to come to terms with it. So being semi-retired, we don't have any pets any longer. I have always had dogs my entire life, and our two last dogs passed away about a year, 2 years ago. So we've decided not to get a new pet at this time. We both kind of feel like, maybe we need to take, some time. We have some flexibility now because when you have a pet, and the way I was raised and the way I took care of my pets is your life revolves around taking care of them, which I'm happy to do. But I think at this point in my life, I don't think I want to do that right now. So we do not have pets right now. We do not have children. So with the pre-retirement and working part-time, less than part-time sometimes, we have more time to travel. So we've been trying to plan some trips, kind of trips of a lifetime, do it while we can, while we're healthy and our family is healthy, that we can go and do those types of things. So that also means balancing the finances to be able to budget for those kind of trips. So that's something that in talking with others, I have found they're kind of doing the same thing. So I'll probably share some ideas and some things that we've been doing and some trips we've been planning and taking advantage of the time that we have to be able to go and do that. So, so far we've done a month-long vacation, which was probably 2.5 years worth of travel budget for us, but it was absolutely amazing. So I'll maybe talk about that later on. So I think, like a lot of us our age, if our parents are still living, which both of mine are, late 70s and early 80s, also that's part of, at this age, looking out for them, making sure that they're taken care of. And so that's something for us that is one of our areas that's kind of regularly coming up. And it's a balance between their choices, obviously, but also making suggestions on different things they might consider, and when their home is probably more than they need to handle at this point in their lives, and their health issues, and helping take care of them. So that's another thing, I think, at our age that we're probably all dealing with at some level, whether it's just kind of starting out there, or if you have parents that do have serious health issues, you might be a part-time caregiver, full-time caregiver, but I think we're probably all dealing with that in some respects. So I'm already going to talk a little bit about that on my channel as well, kind of just sharing those thoughts and looking for conversation on how others are addressing those and what's been working, and challenges and successes. So, again, something I think we all share at some level. And then another area that, is I think people put off doing is looking at your estate plan and your end of life wishes. Not a fun topic, obviously, but I think all of us need to be aware of that. And we've become more aware of that. We did some estate planning about 6 years ago. We put it off. We intended to do it earlier, but we did do that, and we were very pleased to get that done. But that was certainly a process, a thought process about all the different components of that. And then more recently, my brother passed away about a year and a half ago now, and it was unexpected. And it just raised some questions within the family about end of life wishes and where people want to be buried or whatever their wishes may be. And so, again, I think it's one of those things that a lot of us kind of put off. It comes across, you see something on TV, but you kind of put it aside or you think about it and then you kind of forget about it. And we're trying to be a little more focused on that and making sure that we've kind of thought through those processes. But it's an interesting uh, area to delve into and discussing it, with your spouse as well as your family, and where all those family wishes and focuses tend to be. So another area that we all have to deal with at some point or another. So, and understanding what our loved ones and other family member wishes are so that we're better able to help in that regard as well. And the passing of my brother really brought that obviously to light for our family. And so that's again something that we've been discussing and dealing with off and on. So I'll probably share some ideas and considerations on that as well. The fun stuff. I really enjoy history. And so I think it's kind of been a natural process for me to be really reflective. I think I've always been reflective. I tend to be uh, somewhat reserved. And so I tend to think a lot and just kind of process stuff. But, really remembering the things in my younger years growing up, how I was raised, the people who were influences in my life, and being grateful and appreciative of those opportunities and those individuals who, encouraged me to go a particular way, or consider pursuing a certain field. And it's really, the accumulation of all those opportunities and interactions with people that got us where we are today in our lives, and really thinking on that, and again being appreciative of those interactions and opportunities, but also reflective on just the fun stuff we used to do as kids, and those important vacations, activities you had with your parents, things you learned from your parents, how we pass those on to others. In our case, since we don't have children, how we share those with nieces and nephews and friends as well, that, are, an opportunity to say, well, how did you even know to do that? And it's like, well, at this age I got to do this, and that really opened up this avenue for me, or it gave me a perspective or whatnot. So I'm looking forward to reflecting on those and sharing some of those, because I'm sure everybody's had those moments, and maybe we don't recollect on them as much as we probably should to just be appreciative of them. So I look forward to sharing some of those, and those again fun activities that we did. I never would have thought that I would go whitewater rafting, and I did. I'm not the adventuresome type person, but I did. This is a long time ago, but I did, and it was a blast. I don't know that I do it again now that I'm older, but it's stuff like that that you think back and go, I probably wouldn't done something like that, but circumstances were such that I had the opportunity. I had friends there. I did it, and it turned out to be a great experience. Um, and I grew up in Southern California, so certainly all the activities in that area, things I remember, the fun times, the places I still like to go when I go to visit in that area. So yeah, just reminiscing, appreciating those, being a kid again in a certain respect as you look back on those. So I look forward to sharing those as well. And maybe, sharing too, just on the fashion, beauty, things of that nature. I'm not really in that realm, which you can probably tell. I'm a pretty comfortable person in terms of my attire and whatnot. But lately, my thing has been my hair. At my age, how long is too long? Is this too long? But I like the straight. I just got my hair cut again today. I'm letting my bangs grow out. I've had bangs. And I've always had long hair for the most part growing up. And It's been short on the shoulders off and on, but I'm kind of in the long hair stage right now. And so I'm letting the bangs grow out and getting it trimmed. And well, I just had it trimmed up again today. So I think it looks pretty good right now. But you always wonder, is it too long? She asked me today, how much should I take off? A half an inch, an inch? I said, I'm thinking it's a little too long for my age. So let's take off an inch. So stuff like that. And new outfits I might find or something like that to share with people. So, anyway, so just it's going to be fun. I think. I hope it's going to be fun. I hope we can share some learning experiences, maybe some thoughts and ideas that whether I share them or you share them in the comments, that get us all thinking and appreciating where we are in our lives, how we got here, um, the choices we've made along the way, maybe some of the ones we, may have would change if we did it differently. So, anyways, I look forward to sharing and building a community and just really enjoying where I am in my life now and what's to come forward. So, I look forward to talking with you again soon. I hope to try and do a video at least once a week. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and join me and like the video or share it if you think there's others out there that might enjoy the conversation of us 50 somethings. So thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.